Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the 14th Cannon. My name's Tom and it's been a little while, but there's something that I want to talk about today. That being Arsenal's defence. They can break a record this weekend for 9 consecutive clean sheets. A record that was set over 100 years ago. Sorry about that, I'm next to the main road. A record that was set over 100 years ago, and we have got the chance to break that, 9 consecutive clean sheets. Which I know obviously there's been a lot of discussion lately around the defence and how well organised and how well they are defensively, but to break a record like this would be a very big achievement. So yeah, that goes from Raya to Calafiori to Mascara to Gabriel, who's scoring goals as well, to Timber. Yeah, they've all played their part this season. They've only conceded 3 goals from 10, 11 games, which is just really impressive if you ask me. In the league, that is. So yeah, I think that is a big achievement that's there to be taken. But let's talk about this game on Saturday night kickoff. The women play in the afternoon as well, so I'll be previewing that after this. Sunderland, they've come up from the Championship and they have looked incredibly strong. They've obviously signed former Arsenal captain Granit Xhaka in the midfield. Straight away, he was assigned to a team captain, which I'm not surprised whatsoever. The leadership that he brings to that team and the experience, and also the quality of player. He's 32, 33 years old, but he's still world class. He was in Ballon d'Or conversations a couple of years ago. He got Bayer Leverkusen their first ever Bundesliga trophy, invincible by the way. So yeah, I think rightly so, Ballon d'Or conversations, and one of the best midfielders in the world. I still think he's one of the best in the Premier League. I don't think that's a silly thing to say. So yeah, that's one player who I've highlighted from Sunderland. And also going forward they are looking pretty good. They're looking decent. The reason why I highlight them is because I think they've actually got some good players. But if you look with the teams around them, they're not scoring as many goals as, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, clubs like that. So I do think that's an area that they can improve in. But if you look at their forward line, the average age is really young. So I'm not concerned by that at all for Sunderland fans. I think they're pretty much safe anyway. But if you want to be going for mid to high table and try and get into those European places, I do think you are going to need to score a few more goals. And I think as the season goes on, that will happen, because you've got to remember, half of that Sunderland squad are completely new players. I think they signed the most players out of any club in the transfer window. But even with that, they've still got the quality of Wilson Isidore, something like that up front, who looks a really good player. Mayenda as well. But the new wide players that they've signed, they look quality. I think he's Belgium on the wing. I think they signed him from Club Brugge. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% certain on that. Nice Ford Mustang that just drove past. And on the other side, they've got players like Adingra, Traore, who they've just signed, who looks absolutely quality since he signed. And the final player that I'm going to highlight from Sunderland is the goalkeeper. I'm not going to try and say his name, so I'm going to butcher it. I think it's Roofs, something like that. Yeah, I think he's been absolutely quality for them this season. I thought it was a bit harsh on Nathan Patterson to be dropped to number 2 at the start of the season, but looking back on it, it's probably one of the best decisions that they could have made. It's similar to the Aaron Ramsdale-Raya situation, if you ask me. You've got a quality number 1 in the first place, but sometimes you've got to make a change, and that will all be worth it. So yeah, I think Sunderland are going to cause us trouble. I really do. I think they're going to hold on to possession. They're going to make it uncomfortable for us when we go forward. I think they'd be silly not to. It seems to break us down and work. So yeah, I think they will probably sit a low block. We saw them at Stamford Bridge, and most recently start with 5 natural defenders So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that at all if they do the same there. However, for Arsenal, team news. Still a lot of players out injured. I'm hearing Kepa probably won't return. Who else is out? Saliba's just come back from injury, so he'll be fine. But it's more in the forward line than in the midfield. Zubimendi will be back from suspension during the week. However, Martinelli, Havertz, Gyökeres, Jesus is still out. So yeah, we're missing a lot of players. Havertz as well. We're missing a lot of forward players and forward options. But yeah, we're still looking strong. I still think we've got the squad to beat them. So I'd be thoroughly surprised if we didn't come out with 3 points once again. And I think we're going to break the clean sheet record. I think we are. I think we've got the quality on the pitch to do so. We don't just defend from the back. We defend as a unit, as a team going forward. So yeah, my score prediction is going to be a 2-0 win to the Arsenal. We do like 2-0 wins at the moment, so I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. And as for Chelsea, kicks off at midday, Arsenal-Chelsea. Obviously, we know the quality that Chelsea have got. If you want to, I don't know, see my proper thoughts on the Chelsea squad with Ella from AFTV, then that is on the YouTube channel. We can go and see that Friday Night Gunners with Ella. That was a great show. But yeah, for me, if we're going to highlight Chelsea players, we can highlight the whole team. That's how good they are. They've got 2 11s, and that's why they went invincible last year. You can clearly tell that they're a world-class squad. And to be honest, Arsenal women have started the season pretty rocky, I'm not going to lie. We've been very inconsistent. We won games by 4 goals plus, but we've also dropped points in games where we should have won, and we haven't been efficient enough in front of goal. But I also think team selection has come into that as well, so partly to blame on Rene for that. However, this is a big occasion. They've managed to sell out a lot of the Emirates Stadium, which is huge for them. Unfortunately, I have not got a ticket. I'd love to go, maybe later on in the season. I will try and get down to a women's game. I went to Brighton in the Cup a couple of days ago, that was nice. But yeah, if we're going to highlight stand-up players for Chelsea, we'd be here all day. However, that is the same with Arsenal. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if Olivia Smith will be back. Obviously, she picked up an injury during the international break, which is such a shame because she looks such a star in the making. Obviously, at the time, a world record transfer for the WSL. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really tight game. I think this is going to have goals written all over it. I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. We've got to beat them. We've got to beat them again. Last time we beat them, I believe it was 4-0. I want to see that happen again. I don't think it will, but I will take any kind of win. Even if it's scrappy, I just want to win because we want to go for the WSL title this year. Me personally, I think we've already dropped too many points to be comfortable and say that we're going to be in the title race. But there's still loads of games to go this season. It's never too late to rule anyone out until it's mathematically impossible. However, as I said, this Chelsea side are world class. However, I am going to go with a 3-1 win. I'm never going to predict Arsenal to drop points. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Yes, I will see you on Sunday for the sit down. And yeah, sorry it's a bit of a rush, but I kind of needed to get something out because it's been a little while and I don't want to keep everyone waiting. So yeah, there's my weekend preview. And come on Arsenal.